You know, I've listened over and over and over, Mr. and Mrs. Cox, to the 911 calls. I don't blame the social worker. If anyone,
No.
I think the judge was wrong in allowing the visitation. But, and maybe the cops were wrong. No, the cops were wrong for not making a murder arrest. But do you in any way blame the social worker?
Not at all. No.
No.
She did everything she could. But she shouldn't have been on this case by herself. During the visitation, she should not have been by herself with this man. And it should not have been at his house.
You know what? I agree. Why did they send an unarmed female out there to deal with Josh Powell when she's the only thing between him and the boys? I don't understand it.
And I'm glad she's safe, because she could have very well been in that house.
I mean, she
He
did
could have
everything
just closed
right.
the door behind her.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
When you drove up to that scene, Mr. Cox, and you saw those flames, what did you think?
Yeah, well, there was just, I saw the police line, and saw that, and the smoke coming from the house, and well, okay, maybe there was a fire, but they can't be gone. So, because nobody would do that. They couldn't happen. So, I just couldn't fathom it. I asked the sheriff that was, holding the police line. I'm Chuck Cox. I'm the grandfather. I've heard something went on that the boys are gone. Can you tell me? And he went down and talked to somebody else. And came up and said, yes, they're gone. But I went home. I looked around. It was all so hopeless and bleak. And so, but I went home and I still couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it until such time as the sheriff actually came over later that afternoon, probably an hour or so later, and said he came to the house and told us officially, yes, the boys had died in the fire.